A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market update. My name is Fabio and thank you for tuning in to this market update where we discuss the major dollar pairs and of course gold. Now before I dive into EURUSD, which is always the first pair that I'd like to discuss, we're going to have a quick look at yesterday because we had some news drop on inflation, because US headline inflation came in at 2.8% below the expected 2.9% and even lower than the previous 3%. This is a bearish signal for the dollar and bullish for risk assets like Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. This is indicating inflationary pressures are easing. However, the real focus was on core CPI, and core CPI is also inflation. However, this strips out volatile food and energy prices, and it printed at 3.10% underneath the forecasted 3.2% and down even lower from the prior 3.3%. So guys, this is all reinforcing the idea that inflation is cooling, and this is interpreted as bearish for the US dollar. Now looking here at EURUSD, guys, we are still looking for that potential pullback, but is the pullback ready yet? Well, not yet, because we are still trading inside of this daily imbalance candle, guys. This is currently the daily demand zone that is in control. As we can see, the overall trend is up. We get a minor correction, and again we get a push up, and now we're just back inside of this demand zone. So for the same reason, we could just see another push up again, taking out even more highs, taking out this high over here. We do not yet know. The only method that I like to use to understand that the market is actually ready for a pullback is once we see that fractal structure shift here on the daily, and then I'll have a higher conviction that we're going to be pushing back down lower into, what is it? Let's say this key level of support, but it's also this area of demand, so this area of consolidation, and then refine it to this sell before the buy that we have over here. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for at the moment on EURUSD. Obviously everybody's looking for those shorts, but as long as this daily area of demand holds, longs are the only plays. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, what is it telling us? Well, on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we are still fractal bullish, guys. The overall fractal structure, so the market structure of individual candlesticks, is bullish from this low in towards this high. Now what we are seeing is that the market is now retracing into pretty much those zones, or that level which we discussed yesterday, because inside that daily area of demand we also have 4-hour demand situated over here, which you can see we just tapped into over here, and which we're currently reacting to. So I'm very curious now to see how this 4-hour candlestick will close. Let's say we just close over here, as let's say the current candle is forming. That would mean that this is then your 4-hour fractal high. Let's say today, this morning during London session, we still see some downside pressure, but then during New York, dollar gets weaker again, then it could be that we form a demand zone, and from there I'll be looking for a long position. So I'm waiting kind of for that internal structure to shift. Also, if you look here at the 1-hour time frame, you can see that we are currently pushing in towards the downside. We're going to push down, pull back, push down, pull back, push down again, and I'm now just simply looking at this area of consolidation. Let's see if we just tap in and then push back down lower again, or if we can break that and form some bullish order flow again to then look for additional long positions. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on the long side of things. And then if you're looking for shorts, then obviously you need to wait for that daily fractal structure to shift. Yes, guys, the weekly time frame is still looking good for a pullback after that massive move, but we all know that it doesn't really need to happen, in the sense that we've seen in the past before that EURUSD can just rally, guys. So do not forget that it could just keep pushing up higher and higher, all the way back up into 1.12, 1.13. So really just wait for that bearish confirmation, and then you'll be able to get in those swings anyway. So don't be or have the fear of missing out. Just wait for the confirmation. Now going into the dollar index next, the dollar index is currently still a little bit slow. Remember, guys, I'm still looking for further downside. Looking here at the weekly time frame, I'm still looking for the equal lows here to get taken out on the dollar index. Very simply said, I'm not going to overcomplicate the analysis for you guys, but this here is our range. Then we get the fake out in towards the highs, and now we're getting the reversal back down to take the bottom line liquidity, or the buy side or the sell side liquidity, whatever you want to call it. So I'm looking therefore for further downside. Again, in the past we have also seen a move like this. And then if we look here to the left, what you'll see is that that move happened over here after the blue line. And what you can see is that the market at some point in time just continues pushing down lower and lower. So it could again happen the same, that we don't really see any nice pullback. So do keep that in mind. So how am I going to understand that the pullback is not really going to come? Well, I look at two things. I look at the fractal structure, and I look at the immediate areas of supply and demand. So obviously here on the daily time frame, we have or the weekly time frame, excuse me, we have an area of supply over here, which is the buy before the strong sell down. So then I drop down into the daily, and then on the daily time frame, you see again, okay, that's a very nice area of supply. It kind of liquidated this internal high over here, and then from there we push down lower. However, guys, if we look at the immediate market structure, which is always what you need to follow when a market is trending very, very hard, we can very clearly see that this is currently our daily supply zone over here, this imbalance candle, and that is currently also where we are stalling. So this could just push the market down lower, and we could just kind of like get these bigger swings over time, and then still just push down lower if that bearish momentum is really, really that strong. So again, as long as the daily fractal structure holds, I'm only interested in further downside from the dollar, meaning further upside for EURUSD, AUDUSD, NZDUSD, and so forth and so forth. So looking now at the 4-hour time frame, you'll see something very similar to what you're seeing here on the daily, and that is again that the overall internal trend here on the 4 hours is also bearish. Okay, so what we see here is a push down and pull back, push down and pull back, push down and pull back. Now we're just consolidating and waiting for that next push down. However, obviously, if we do kind of get a break of that daily fractal high, then I'll be looking to get in on some long positions on the dollar again. But until then, until this high is respected, the overall, let's say, immediate swing structure is still bearish. And if we also were to draw in a premium versus discount tool, you can again very clearly see that 0.5 fib is acting as an area of resistance. So no need to overcomplicate. Yes, we are kind of like sitting at a swing low over here, but we need to see that bullish confirmation before making any assumptions on that fact that the dollar could potentially push up higher, because otherwise we could just continue pushing down lower in towards this demand zone over here, and then eventually also that swing low or even the swing lows lower. So that's the dollar. Going into AUDUSD next. You guys know what I'm looking at on AU. So on AU yesterday, I passed a phase 1 of Alpha Capital again. You can see here again with the 100% win rate. Again, full transparency here inside my Alpha account dashboard. First trade here was an NZDUSD buy, which I shared as well. Remember already for a few weeks. This was last week on the 4th of March. And then yesterday with CPI, I took a AUDUSD long position here for 2.6k profit, helping me pass the overall challenge. So I was looking for longs continuously here on AUDUSD. Main reason being obviously is that if you zoom out, we're at a key level of weekly support. I don't think I really need to explain much more than that. So I'm looking for a bounce long term back up higher on AU. I then go into the daily time frame, and on the daily, what I saw, and I'm going to clean up my chart for you guys a bit. I don't really want to mess up all the drawings, but it will help you understand what I was looking for. Is the fact that, first of all, guys, on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we liquidate overall range low here to our left. Then on the weekly, what happens is that the sub for the buy here becomes your area of demand. So the immediate fractal structure here on AU is that this is your low and that this here is your fractal high. Okay, so we're bullish. We retrace all the way back down into where? Into discount, and then from there we're looking for further upside push. Then I go into the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, what I look for is fractal structure to be bullish as well. So what I see here is that we swipe the low and then boom, straight away reversal back up higher, now causing this to be your immediate fractal low, this causing to be your immediate fractal high. This is then over here. What is this? This is then your premium versus discount. Again, you can see the 0.5 acting up as an area of support, pushing the market up higher. And what I'm now looking for is it to take out this high over here. Everybody's looking to go short from this area of supply. Does it make sense? Yes, it does make sense to look for shorts from there. But for myself, according to my plan, being in line with the weekly and with the daily fractal structure, it makes more sense to keep pushing up higher, and also with the immediate downside pressure that the dollar is currently experiencing. I could be wrong, but for now, it is still going well. And as you can see, I did make money yesterday on that AUDUSD long position. Now looking here at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we got a 4-hour fractal structure shift here. This 4-hour fractal high got broken, meaning that this is now your immediate 4-hour fractal low. It's not the strongest of lows, but it is currently holding still, and I'm still looking for this kind of demand zone to push AUDUSD up higher. Could it still push down a little bit lower? Yes, it could. It could still take out some of these lows and then, for example, reverse, but ultimately I'm still looking for that further upside. Currently looking at the lower time frame to see if we can get that shift. Yesterday, this supply zone was in control, but obviously we've now spiked above that supply zone. So I'm now looking at the 1-hour time frame. And on the 1-hour time frame, what I see is that there is a demand chain at the moment in control. So here we had demand. Then again on the sell before the buy here, we had demand. And now again on the sell before the buy over here, we've had that CPI, we have demand again as well. So I'm just looking for the overall demand flow to hold and to push the market further up higher. We had this nice descending price action over here. Again, a lot of trendline traders trying to short on the third trendline touch. And then what you see is that they all got stopped out because they all had their stop loss above that second high. So I'm just now looking for the upside continuation. Again, pretty much the long position that I took yesterday was this over here with my stop loss underneath the lows, targeting a new higher high. So this is still a position that I'm in on some other accounts. Is it going to play out? Not sure. I don't really care because I already passed that phase 1 with Alpha and another phase 1 with another prop firm as well, which was a 1-step challenge. So another funded account added to the arsenal. And yeah, let's just see how it plays out. I'm pretty cool with anything. Going into GBPUSD, so GU itself is still bullish. Obviously, again, everybody's trying to call the top. Just wait and be patient. yes, we are inside where? We're inside a daily supply zone, right? So we have an area of daily consolidation. We have that liquidation high over here. And now after that pretty much overextended move, what are we seeing? We're seeing some ascending corrective price action. So look at the 4-hour time frame, and then you have to understand a lot of people are trying to sell this, okay? So a lot of people are looking at the bearish candlestick and then feeling, okay, the market is now ready to push down lower, right? They're getting in here or whatever, and then they put the stop loss above the highs. Guys, just stay safe because there is no need to take these unnecessary losses. Yes, we are squeezing in towards the highs. You can see the market is kind of like waiting for something big to happen. And what I'm currently seeing here is that demand is just still in control. Here we had the sell before the buy. Here again, we had the sell before the buy. So only look for potential shorts once we kind of see this low go, this demand zone go, and then we see the retracement, and then we see another low go. And then you'll have confirmation that the actual bearish trend is starting, and we can kind of look for some more downside and a potential pullback on GU. But until then, longs are the only option for myself. Not interested in taking those short positions yet. For now, as well, here on the 1-hour time frame, we kind of have like this imbalance over here in control. Keep an eye on it. Let's see how we react to it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. We've currently liquidated the Asian range low if I'm looking at this. So let's see how we react over here and if there's any momentum to push the market up higher. Yeah, let's see if we get kind of like the change of character and get some order flow to be created. And then you could look to target this high again and just follow the overall order flow on the 4-hour time frame until we break that. Then obviously you could start looking for shorts once again. Going into NZDUSD, NZDUSD is a pair that I have not really touched. It's consolidating pretty heavily already for a long period. NZDUSD is very similar to AUDUSD. Weekly time frame, I'm still looking for further upside. We're at a key level of support again on the higher time frame. Here on the weekly time frame, we have a demand zone, so the sell before the buy. Last week was bullish, now just looking for that upside continuation. Going into the daily time frame, what I can see here is that it is a little bit different to AU in the sense that it is still fractal bearish. So this is your kind of immediate high, this is your low. Yes, we're inside supply, but it's waiting for something to happen, guys. It's very, very clear that it's just best to stay out of NU for now. It's again consolidating over here inside of this box. AU, in my opinion, is a little bit cleaner. I am still looking for further upside push on NU, but it is not as clean as NU in my opinion. That's why I'm staying out of it for now. I mean, this overall buy before the sell is still in control. You can see that we also failed to break above that high. So, I mean, let's just wait for longs until we break above that blue line, and then I'll get into long positions again. Otherwise, we could just see some short-term for the downside again, for example, in towards this demand zone, whatever. So keep an eye on that. I would stay out of NU for now. That's just my personal opinion. And then gold, obviously gold pushed up higher in line with the overall high term from trend, as we discussed yesterday. Again, not the cleanest of pairs at the moment, but for now, this sub for the buy is in control. So I would be keeping an eye on longs from inside of there. Yeah, gold is still bullish, obviously. So I would only be interested in further upside and not in any shorts. Yeah, what can I say? That's pretty much that for gold. Look at the 1-hour time frame. At the moment, we have this pretty much as demand, right? The sub for the buy over here that you're currently having in control. That's why we're pushing up. We're taking out these two equal lows here internally. On the 15-minute time frame, that would be a little bit more clear. But what you're kind of looking to achieve now here is from a daily perspective, is a retracement back in towards the overall sell for the buy. And then inside of there, then you wait for the market structure shift. Obviously here on the 4-hour, for example, you have this area of consolidation. On the 4-hour as well here, you have the imbalance candles. So I'm looking for longs on gold from either one of those zones. And that's pretty much what I'll be doing for gold. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. See you guys on the New York live stream here on YouTube, and have an amazing day. Thanks.